All right, welcome in everybody. My name's Jason. Taking a few days off here, enjoying this nice little run. Bitcoin trading at 110,540, so not bad. I'm going to show you a couple of things tonight on some charts. We haven't had a lot of alerts lately because we're in a nice little bull run, so nothing's really triggering a huge buy indicator for us or a sell indicator. But what you see on the screen is the TCP Supersystem. I am the creator of that. Took me 2 to 3 years to build it. It's what I use to create, alpha returns in the market, something that far exceeds what you would normally get in the stock market. A lot of people boast about the 7%. This is not what we're looking for with this system. Before we get into the charts, I do have to say none of this is financial advice, whether it's the system, the indicators, the interpretations. We share this information for free with the hopes that you'll like, share, subscribe so we can keep it free. But really, this is designed to help us communicate to you areas of opportunity. The investment decisions are yours and yours only. You are responsible for making those. But we can tell you the things that we do, why we do them, and you can maybe learn something from the TCP Supersystem. So, on the screen, bottom right, you got the fiat leak. Again, you can see there, I don't know if you can read it, but top tokens right now are Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, Chainlink, Aave, Tron, Stellar, and on down the line. Of course, that changes frequently. We got our social channels here on the screen for you, so please share, like, subscribe. This is why we can keep this stuff free. Again, it took me 2 to 3 years to build this thing, and I can tell you we have truly fine-tuned this thing, and it can be truly remarkable sometimes. So we're going to go through some key charts of the tokens that we follow heavily, like I said, because we don't have a lot of alerts to share, because it's kind of in what I would call a normalized trading zone for a lot of these crypto projects. So right now we're just enjoying the run. So, and just to be transparent, you can see here, we got us a 30-day view of our account. You can see it's, we've come up nicely. It's been kind of bumpy of late, but it looks like we've got a nice little run forming here. So I just wanted to share that. Again, you can see some of our top allocated positions here being Bitcoin, XRP, Cardano, HBAR, Link, Solana. So some of the key projects. We do have some meme coins, mainly Bonk, because, again, they're meme coins. Yeah, we'll take a chance, but the top of our portfolio is heavily centered on the major key projects. So ones that we think will be the foundation of the financial system as we move forward, as blockchain is integrated across the globe. So here we go. Looking at Bitcoin, I want to show you this because again, it's truly awesome. Again, Bitcoin trading at 110,492 as of right now. It is May 21st, 2025. This yellow indicator, well, before I even go into that, again, we have training videos out there on our YouTube channel. You can go look at those. Our training videos walk you through the three components of our system: the mean reversion up top, the main indicator, what you'll see here, and then again the hot sensors at the bottom based on a short-term, medium-term, and long-term scenario. And again, on the hot sensors, we're really looking for a red zone, whether it's above the midline or below. And the color schemes go white, gray, blue, yellow, orange, red on both the top side and the bottom side. So looking at Bitcoin here, we got us this confirmed trend reversal back on April 17th. And if you would have taken that at that point in time, that would be approximately a nice, if I can get up there. I can't. Hang on. Give me 1 second. If I can bring this down a little bit. Let's try that again. Somewhere right in that range of about 29% return since, in the last 35 days. So, I don't know about you, but if you annualize that, that's a hell of a lot more than 7%. So, I'll just leave that there. But you can see now, we don't really have anything showing us as being way, in an, over-exhausted state or overbought state. So looking at the hot sensors, where all three are above the midline, the worst one's the medium term in the blue, so we would still have yellow, orange, and red to go. And in the short term, even in the short term, we're only in the white, so that's fantastic. And on the long term, we're in the gray. So none of this is screaming sell, right? Or at least not for our strategies and not for the way we interpret the system. And then again at the top, the mean reversion. This is exactly what we want to see. All three lines are in this extreme zone. Now we want them to stay up there. This thing can run, and that's where we want them to be. Now what we're going to be looking for here is obviously anything red down here. As we get to that exhausted state, we should start seeing some dark red diamonds or light red diamonds. The points that we use to evaluate opportunities to exit would be dark red diamonds. And what we hope is that the hot sensors at the bottom are also red when that dark red diamond appears. So that's what we're really looking for. And then on the mean reversion, it could be really, we want the fast line, which is your red line up here. It goes red, blue, or red, orange, and blue. Blue being the slowest, red being the fastest. We want that to stay above the red zone, the solid red zone. If it does that, this thing could really run. And again, you got prominent players out there calling for $200,000 Bitcoin this year. So, honestly, we think the second half is going to be remarkable. You got all the ETF flows, you got the states, you got the governments. They're all fighting over it, and the corporations. So, I think there's plenty of room to run. So for those that are your Bitcoin maxis out there, it looks like we're in good shape here. And again, sorry I stayed away a little long here, but we'll start coming back to you every night. Again, it may just be various interpretations since we don't have a lot of alerts just yet until this thing starts getting to an exhausted state. So if you have anything you want us to look at specifically, you can communicate with us via any of our social channels. We do this for free again, so if you put a crypto project or even an equity in our chats, however you want to communicate, we will try to incorporate those into a video. So I just want to put that out there. Then obviously another one that's popular is XRP right now. This thing looks pretty hot. I mean, we're trading at 240 right now. It's gone, what was the high back in January 16th of this year? Right around, what was that, $3? Let me pull that down so I can actually see it. Right around the 339 mark, and you can see right at that point, let me look at that, it's fantastic. Dark red diamond. Two of the hot sensors were red. I mean, I don't really know how much better you can get than that for nailing a top. So then we had some downtrend, some choppiness. We never really got a dark green diamond, but what we did see is a huge bounce off this 200-day moving average, which is typically an area of support. Now we got some choppiness here, and again, for those that don't remember or are new, the triangles are potential trend reversals. The labels that you see, those are confirmations. But again, we always tell our viewers, we don't personally ever trade off of any of the yellow signals. So even on that last Bitcoin chart, we probably wouldn't have traded that by itself. But the reason you could have made that trade is because down here we weren't in any kind of exhaustive state. Obviously, we had a huge downtrend. We were getting a crossover right here. So really, we probably would have made the move here, but because you had two crossovers happening at the same time, so that's pretty strong. And at the top, you were getting your red up into the extreme zone, that's a sign of strength. So that's how you could have made that trade. But what we obviously like to see are those dark green diamonds on the bottom with red on the bottom. So, and we'll show you some examples here in a minute. But getting back to XRP, we're trading right around that 100-day moving average, and the 200 days a little bit lower, but right around the 100-day. So it should be some support. It looks like our mean reversion data there, that looks like the red is trying to trend back up. So what we want to see there is that red to hit those extremes, and then we should see another bounce. So this thing could get back over $3 if that red line can get up into those extremes, and we see a couple days of trending there. But again, the positive thing here is, one, all three of the hot sensors are above the midline. They're only in the white on all three, so it's not exhausted to the upside in any way. Now, could it cross back over the midline and go down? Sure, it could. And like I said, that's why we like to purchase when it's in the red on these hot sensors, because that typically marks a bottom or somewhere around these bottoms here. So that's not the case right now. So I would say XRP,
although it looks pretty healthy, it's kind of in a middle, kind of normalized range. So you got to be careful there. As long as we can hold these support levels, I think we should be pretty good to see higher upside. And of course, long term with all the ETFs, cross-border payments, the ISO messaging systems coming into play here in July, I believe, with all the banks. I mean, this thing, tokenization. I mean, hell, you name it. It should be pretty special. So that's all I can say. Let's see. Solana's another good one. Let's see. I'm trying to look for something that's pretty juicy here. Nothing special there. Link, Chainlink for those that are into the oracles. Yeah, nothing really. Well, I guess here you can see, Chainlink it is looking kind of healthy. I mean, it is trading. It's trading in between that 100-day moving average and the 200-day. So we need to break that 200-day at 1792. And hopefully we can get some significant upside there. Again, on the mean reversion, it looks positive here. You got your red line penetrating up through that red zone. That's an opportunity zone. As it trends up to those extremes, should take the orange and blue with it, and then hopefully see a trend before it comes back down, kind of like we did back here. You see how when those red and orange and blue got up in those extremes, look at where we were, and look how nicely that trended. I mean, that's huge. And then you had your dark red diamond. So that's what we're looking for on these charts, guys. So dark red diamond coupled with the red hot sensors at the bottom. And hell, this one had all three. So, I mean, that's beautiful. I mean, you can't really ask for much better than that, including the dark blue X's up top. So, I mean, and the dark brown. So, I mean, that was like if you can't make a decision on all that or come to a decision based on all that, then I don't know what to do for you. I mean, we're basically every single signal was saying you may want to consider a potential exit. So this is one we saw recently, and it kind of disappeared, and I hate that. But Pyth is another one we're following. We love Chainlink. We're heavily in Chainlink, but I want to show you Pyth because we had an opportunity. This is about the only one that fired a signal in the last couple of days that we were interested in. You can see we had a dark red diamond here a couple days back. That was on May 10th. Saw that little downtrend. You see the light green diamonds, which again that's level 1, dark green being level 2 and the most opportunistic. But this was dark green yesterday because we got down a little bit lower, but it came back a little bit. So what we're wanting to see here, and look down here at the bottom. We're in the beginning of a dark red on the long-term hot sensor. So that's really close here, right? Medium term, short term, we're not quite there yet. We want to see that, I guess deteriorate just a little bit more, at least into maybe I'd like to see at least the orange there and maybe a dark green diamond form here on Pyth, and then that we would actually probably be looking to make a entry there for our portfolio. So we are watching that one very close because I think we're very close here, and you can see it's been bouncing off this level for quite a while here, going back to March 10th. So it's 1, 2, 3, basically 4 times now. So this is support level. We'll see what happens. It did break down below that 50, 100, and 200-day moving average. So the support did break. So hopefully we can get a little more opportunity here and then make some significant returns. So that's what we're looking for there. Again, we are in the red zone here. We're waiting for that dark green diamond to print, and we're going to jump all over this one. When that prints, what we're going to be looking for is for this red line to get back up into these extremes on the top side. And that'll drag everything with it, and then that'll be your opportunity. So that's what we're looking for on Pyth. Let's see another one of our favorites. Let's see, Ondo. So I want you to notice something here, and this may be the last one for this video because I don't want to make this too long. Again, anything you want to see, put it in the comments. We're happy to make a video for you or for the community. But we actually made a trade tonight to be transparent. It was a small trade, thousands of dollars, but right here at the 99-cent mark, we're actually up a little bit already. Now we only did that. You can see we weren't in a red zone and we didn't have a dark green diamond, but we made the trade, and this may be short term, it may be long term, but you can see we're on the top side of 2 of the hot sensors, only in the white, so there's room to run. We're trading right around all these moving averages as support after a huge downturn, and this is really what made us come to the conclusion to do this today, because everything else was kind of everything's kind of in the middle. So we just thought this looked a little healthier. And obviously knowing Ondo and their partnerships with BlackRock, the Biddle Fund, and tokenization of treasuries and all that, we feel like this is a good opportunity for the long run. So why not? But you can see the mean reversion up here, the red line, it's penetrating, starting to penetrate up through that red zone. And the blue and the orange are going to be up there already. So that's going to be very strong. So that's what we're hoping to see. And I would think by the time it gets up there, maybe trends a few days like it did here, you're going to start seeing these colors changed in the hot sensors to gray, blue, yellow, orange, and red. So we'll be looking for short-term exit opportunities at that point in time. But right now, I would say we're taking a little gamble with that one. It's not, it's not the best setup in terms of the colors and the schemes that we usually look for. But I have a feeling I know where Ondo's going long term, so I don't really care. And that was just adding to the position we already have in Ondo, to be transparent. So yes, that was some of the key projects. I'm glad to be back. Took a little time off, recharged the batteries a little bit. We're gonna be coming to you probably every night or every other night. So again, like, share, subscribe so we can keep this thing free. TCP Supersystem. I'm Jason, the creator. Hope you can take some things away from this. And if you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. And we will see you tomorrow night. Appreciate all of you. Thank you.